Greetings to all. Welcome to All-in-One Super Coaching. Today we are going to discuss a new term, resistivity or specific resistance. In this, we discuss about the resistivity of different materials such as metals, alloys and insulators and also semiconductors. Also we discuss about the effect of temperature on resistivity. And finally, we are planning to discuss some questions also. So, let us start. Okay, let us know what is resistivity and specific resistance. And already we have discussed the factors affecting the resistance of a conductor. And I told you that the resistance of a conductor depends on the nature of the conductor and the size of the conductor. See here. The resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Then the resistance of a conductor is inversely proportional to the area of the conductor. So mathematically, we can write in this form R proportional to L by A. The proportionality symbol is replaced by the constant R is equal to rho into L by A, where rho is the proportionality constant and it is called the resistivity or the specific resistance of the conductor. The specific resistance or the resistivity also depends on the nature of the conductor and it depends on the temperature. Okay, these are the main 2 points about resistivity or specific resistance. Depends on the nature of the conductor and the temperature of the material. Okay, so here resistivity depends on the nature. Nature means resistivity of 1 meter copper wire is different from resistivity of 1 meter aluminum wire. But the resistivity of 1 meter copper wire and the resistivity of 1 millimeter copper wire is the same. But the resistivity of 1 meter copper wire at different temperatures are different. Now, we are going to write the unit of resistivity. So, from the equation R is equal to rho L by A, you know how to write rho is equal to RA by L. When you substitute the units for RA and L, you know the mathematical calculation, finally it will become ohm meter. So, the unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Very important. Now, classification of materials on the basis of resistivity. First one, conductors. In that conductors group, metals and alloys are also there. In the case of metals, you know different types of metals, copper, aluminum, etc. They possess very small resistivity and this resistivity increases with the temperature. That means resistivity of metals, conductors increases with the temperature. Okay. Alloys. In the case of alloys, for example, nichrome, manganese and constantan. You know that how an alloy is made. So alloy is made from that is the combination of 2 or more other elements. Okay. So in that case, one thing you should know, the alloys possess a resistivity more than that of the constituent metals. That is an important point there. Then another important point related to resistivity regarding alloys. In the case of alloys, the resistivity is nearly independent of the temperature. So here one point you should know, in the case of conductors, again one point I am telling again. In the case of conductors, already they possess a very small resistivity, but that increases with the temperature. That is in the case of metals or conductors. But in the case of alloys, the resistivity or specific resistance is nearly independent of the temperature. So, note it down this point for the examination point. What about in the case of insulators? In the case of insulators, they have a very high resistivity which decreases with the rise of temperature. In the case of insulators, resistivity already it is very high, but which decreases with the rise of temperature. So all these three statements about alloys, about conductors and about insulators, study well. Then one more group is there, semiconductors. They possess a greater resistivity than a conductor and less resistivity than an insulator. That is a difference. That is the position of the semiconductors are in between a conductor and conductors and insulators. So they possess a resistivity between conductors and insulators. Okay, so the resistivity here, the resistivity of insulators decreases with the rise of temperature. Resistivity of semiconductors decreases with the rise of temperature. Then examples for semiconductors, the common examples are silicon and germanium. I think this table will be useful to you. Resistivity of a metal, specific resistance of a metal less than that of alloys, less than that of insulators. Then here see this one, these two, metal, alloy, insulator. See this arrow, resistivity. That means according to the shape of this arrow, you understood the meaning. That is, resistivity or specific resistance increases from left to right. Left to right means from metal to insulators. So it is very clear in this, from this picture. Now once again I am concluding the points, resistance and resistivity. Here, resistance of objects of different shapes and size but made of same material are different. Resistance of the objects of different shapes and size but made of same material are different, because you know that resistance depends on the length of the conductor and area of the conductor. How it is that already we explained. Then second, about resistivity. Resistivity of an object of different shapes, sizes but made of same material are the same. Here resistivity of objects of different shapes and sizes but made from same material is the same. That means resistivity of that material is the same, whether it is 25 centimeter or 1 millimeter, the resistivity is the same for that material. So do not confuse with these two when the question is from resistance and resistivity. One is resistance and the other one is resistivity. So these 2 points are very important. Okay, try to analyze these 2 points by studying the previous part again. Okay. Now it is time to discuss some questions based on that part. Question number 1. We have a copper wire of resistance R. This wire is pulled so that its length is doubled. Find its new resistance and resistivity in terms of the original resistance R. So you repeat the question, read it again. Okay, in this case, the wire is pulled. Wire is stretched to double its length. That is a question. The wire is stretched to double its length means, when it is stretched to double its length means automatically it will become thin. That means the area is automatically reduced. So the format is, first one, let the length of the conductor is L and area of the conductor is, that copper wire is A. Then according to that, the resistance of that wire is equal to rho into L by A. That is the first equation. Okay. Now when it is pulled to double its length, the area of cross section reduces. That means double to length means if it is uniformly stretched, double to length means, that means area is reduced to half. So here L become 2L and new L, new length will become 2L and a new area will become A divided by 2. So the new resistance, let it be R1. R1 is equal to rho into, instead of L by A, it is 2L divided by A divided by 2, equation number 2. So the remaining part is a mathematical calculation. Now you understood the concept, the mathematical part, you have to do it carefully. From equations 1 and 2, from equations this equation 2 will become rho L divided by A into 4. That is equation 2. When we do that calculations, 2L and A by 2, so rho L divided by A into 4. So what is rho L by A? That is the original resistance R. So R1 is equal to R into A, R into 4. Okay. Now the new resistance become R1. New resistance R1 become 4 times R. So that is a new resistance according to that condition. Then what about the resistivity? Already we discussed that there is no change in the resistivity because the wire is stressed. What we done is the wire is stressed. So nothing, no change, no temperature change, nothing is there. So the resistivity is the same in the previous condition as well as now. So no change in the resistivity. So these type of questions are very, very important. The same type of questions will come if the wire is stretched to 3 times. If the wire is stretched to 3 times means the area is reduced to 3 times. That L will become 3L and A will become A by 3. So that is the only changes. So these type of questions are very important for the exam. Now it is time to ask you some questions based on Ohm's law and resistivity. Okay, the first question, see the diagram, VI graph. VI graph, it is shown T1, T2, T3 represent the temperatures. The question is, the graph shows the VI graph of a 1 meter copper wire at 3 different temperatures T1, T2 and T3. Which graph shows the highest temperature? Try to find out the answer and I will give you the correct answer in the next class. The next question for you is, which of the following is having high resistance? A thin, long copper wire or a thick, short copper wire? Think about it and try to get the answer. So here you have to think about how the resistance of a wire depends on the length of the wire and the area of cross section. The next question for you is, the connecting wires in an electric circuit are made of copper and aluminum. Why? Usually copper is using than aluminum, but both of them are metals. Then what's the reason for that? Try to find the answer. Another question. Heating elements of electrical appliances like electric iron, heater are made of some alloys. That is nichrome. Nichrome is an alloy of nickel, iron, chromium and manganese. What is the reason for that? That is also based on resistivity and you have to revise resistivity and resistance all. Then try to find out the answer in 1 or 2 sentences. So I will give you the answer in the next class. Okay.